Hello, good morning. Let's play with some budget-friendly makeup. Today, I just want to create a fun fall look, but using only products that are $10 or under. Everything has gotten so much more expensive nowadays, and budget-friendly beauty is no exception. So I wanted to highlight products that still perform way above their pay grade, but don't cost more than a Hamilton? Is that who's on the $10 bill? Do they even still print $10 bills? Who is on the $10 bill? Alexander Hamilton. I was right. Okay, let's get into it. But first, if you're new here, hi, my name is Miranda. Welcome to my channel where we talk all things budget beauty. If that sounds interesting to you, then become the newest member of the Slashed Squad by hitting subscribe and the bell icon. So I realized that I made a little mistake this morning. I used a sticky serum as part of my morning skincare routine, and it doubles as a primer. So I will not be using another primer, and we're just gonna move on. We're not gonna talk about it. Don't hold it against me. Now, foundation and concealer specifically are two products where I feel like you can really see more drastically how the average price has risen over the past few years. However, there is one iconic concealer at the drugstore that still remains around the $5 mark, and that is the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I'm actually gonna be using one of their color correcting shades today. This is the Peach Corrector. So I am gonna be putting this under my foundation right in the spots where I kind of have this purpley discoloration. In fact, let me just do one eye so you can see the difference. I'm just gonna pat that in. Can you tell the difference from this eye and this eye? I do have a favorite product to use for this purpose. Unfortunately, it is not under $10. That is the Milani Supercharged Under Eye Tint. And that one has radiance to it, so you're getting extra help from its highlighting effect. This one does not have any type of radiance or like shimmer in it. This one's really just for the color neutralization. Foundation, also a hard one because all of my go-tos recently are definitely above $10 or even closer to $15. But one of my favorite foundations still remains at $10 even, and that is the Catrice True Skin Foundation. If you live in the US, this is available online only, and Amazon is the easiest place for me to buy it. I'd say this is a full coverage foundation. You may need to build it up in some areas, but I mean, hello? This was 2 pumps and 1 layer. I probably could have gotten away with 1 pump of product, to be completely honest with you. Moving on to brows, I've actually been a fan of using tinted brow gel lately, regardless of how heavy my makeup is gonna be. Usually brow gel for me would be reserved for like a no makeup look. In the past, like it just didn't feel balanced enough when I was wearing heavier eye makeup or like a bold lip or something. But I don't know, I'm really feeling more of a natural brow with all of my looks recently. So today I'm gonna use the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. This is about $7 to $8. And not gonna lie, I was actually surprised when I looked up the price of this because NYX specifically, I feel like they're getting bold with their prices. We talked about their new eyeshadow palette, the new version of the Ultimate Neutrals being $20. And hey, I love NYX. They have awesome products, but I feel like some of the ones that they choose to price higher, like it just doesn't match. Like this is amazing for a $7 brow gel. That eyeshadow is not amazing for a $20 palette, if that makes sense. I just love how this brow tint is like dark enough so that it really fills in my sparse areas where I actually just don't have hair, but it doesn't end up looking too overdone or heavy. Like in my front section here, I just do not have hair, as well as, especially on this side, my arch. I really have to be creative with how I lay my brow hairs to kind of fill in that shape. For my eyes, I'm gonna start out with a little drugstore gem that is only $5. This is the e.l.f. No Budge Cream Eyeshadow. This is in the shade Sand Dune, and as the name suggests, this formula is super budge proof. I am just gonna go straight in on my bare lid. I'm not gonna put down primer. I'm gonna start with my finger and just put that all over the lid. As you can see, this is sort of like a cooler brown. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with a blending brush and hit the edge. What I really like about this formula is that it's creamy, but it's thin. I don't have too much of a problem going in with a brush or just continuing to use my fingers to diffuse it out. I'm gonna add a little bit more in the corner so I can kind of get that almond shape. This shade is also perfect for like a single shadow lid look, especially for fall, just blend this out on the eyes, add some eyeliner, you're good to go. You've got a really nice day to night smoky eye. Super versatile, and it will last. $5, e.l.f. does it again. Now I wanna add a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of spice. I have really been digging these ColourPop Jelly Much eyeshadows. This is in the shade Field of Fairies. So these are gel eyeshadows. They are $9. That is more than I would like to spend on a single shadow. However, I do feel like these address a problem that we all experience in the makeup world, how annoying glitter is. Glitter is hard to apply without getting it all over the rest of your face and maybe your lap and maybe your desk, etc. But having it in this gel format where the glitter is like suspended in something that you're blending onto your eye and it stays where you put it, it's worth it for me. So I'm just gonna take a tiny bit on my finger, literally that much, and I'm gonna tap it in the middle of my lid. And then I'm just gonna spread it out a tiny bit. I don't want it all over my lid. I definitely want it focused in the center, but I just wanna blend it out a little bit so that it's not just a stripe of glitter. So just tapping at the edges there. I love it. Love it. So with this formula, it also dries down really well. Personally, when I use it all over my lid, which also looks gorgeous, I don't get any creasing. So I'm really happy leaving the eyeshadow like this. This is something that I love to do as just kind of like a quick makeup hack, using a darker shade all over the lid and then highlighting the center with a sparkly shade or just a lighter, maybe satin shimmer shade. It adds just enough dimension. It looks like you put in a lot of effort, but did we? Not really. One brand that I think has done really well sticking to a budget-friendly mission is Essence. This is their new Stay and Play gel eyeliner. It is $4.99. Now this is in the shade Very Berry. It is sort of like a deep purple shade. So I am gonna go ahead and tightline with this first, and then I'm gonna kind of smoke this out just in the outer corner. I'm just taking a pencil brush and smudging it out a little bit. I like. Yeah, I think on first glance, it doesn't look super purple, but in certain lighting or up close, you'd be able to pick up on those cool undertones. So I'm really smoking this out and softening this eyeliner, although I am kind of pulling it up into a wing shape. It's hard because as a budget beauty content creator, I feel like I've had to become a little bit more generous with what's considered budget friendly because, you know, when I started this YouTube channel and my blog and my social media, a lot of drugstore makeup was $10 or under. It would be an upset if something was more than that. And now, despite all of these great finds in this video, that is sort of the norm with a lot of new releases. For my mascara, I'm using the Lottie London Super Fake Mascara. Lottie London is actually a budget-friendly makeup brand. They are in Walmart. They are also online at Ulta. I only recently discovered them and started using their products, and I've been really happy with most of what I've tried. I first tried this mascara in a recent video where I specifically highlighted products from brands that just aren't super hyped on social media. And I feel like that's also been a good way to find more what I really consider budget-friendly makeup is looking outside of super mainstream brands. We got brands like Moira that's online only that has a ton of great budget-friendly makeup. Shop Miss A. This mascara gives me hella length, but it does weigh down my lashes just a little bit. I lose a tiny bit of lift with them, but the length is crazy. I think I said this in that video where I first tried this mascara. I feel like it could benefit from a wand with longer bristles because this like barely has nubs, and with the formula being a little bit thicker, I wish that I could just really get in there and comb through my lashes, but it doesn't do a bad job at keeping them separated. But again, for about $8, this mascara rocks and totally blows the socks off a lot of high-end mascaras. And my mantra, as some of you may know, has always been, even if you buy high-end everything, top of the line, you should be buying drugstore mascara because of how often you should be replacing it every 3 months for hygiene reasons. I mean, paying upwards of $20 for a tube just does not make sense. I don't think I've ever found a high-end mascara that I couldn't dupe at the drugstore. So I was just talking about Moira, a brand that I have come to love. It is online only, but the prices are crazy for the quality of their products. And I have a discount code. So if you use the code /beauty, you can get 15% off. Okay, so today I'm gonna be using their Face Sculpt Liquid Contour. Full price, this is $7.50. I really like this contour because it is a very thin liquid formula. So it blends out really well. It is light but buildable. I feel like it looks nice and natural on the skin, especially because it starts out a little bit on the more sheer side. But I've said it once and I'll say it again. I genuinely like this liquid contour versus the liquid contours at the actual drugstore. I just think the final look is a lot more natural, even when you do build it up to be a bit darker. And this is the shade Soft Warm, although I feel like this is more of a neutral contour shade. Like, it's not too warm. This is the Profusion Blush Hour Liquid Blush. This little gem is under $5, just about. It's like $4.98. This is the shade Sangria. To be honest, this was the only like cool toned blush that I have under $10. Now with this, you need to work really, really quickly because it dries down insanely fast. I actually find it a lot easier to just go in with your finger and blend. I feel like because it dries so quickly, if you try going in with a sponge, it ends up looking a tiny bit patchy because it like starts drying on the sponge and on your skin and you end up dragging it around. Okay, that was a little much. Maybe didn't need a whole 3 dots. That was a lot. Okay, I'm gonna just go in with my sponge with like the little bit of foundation that's on there and try to lighten this up a little bit. Ah! I had 3 little dots right here and it gave me that much color. Honestly, let's just start with 1 dot and see where we can go from there because that was so intense. I haven't used this shade a lot. I use a lot of their lighter shades, so this one's definitely a bit bolder. Oh my God, one dot is enough, y'all. But just goes to show you, less than $5, you're getting a lot of color. I really like the commitment to the cooler toned theme of this fall makeup look. It is definitely different than I would normally gravitate toward. I think we all kind of get mesmerized by the warm browns and golds and burnt oranges and coppers and whatever, but no. I like this. For highlight, literally the only cool highlight I own, this is Hippo from ColourPop. Lately, instead of doing like the full-on highlighter C that I've been doing probably since 2016, I've just been popping highlight right here at the front of my cheekbone. Yeah, I really think that makes my cheekbones actually look plumper and higher when I just focus it right here. Just goes to show you, don't be afraid to play around with new tips and tricks and makeup placement, because even when you feel like something has been working for you for however long, you might discover something you like better. Let's finish this look with the lips. So because this went so cool toned, I'm actually swapping out the original lip that I picked out and I'm going for the Milani Keep It Full Max Lip Plumping Gloss in Little Secret. Now this lip plumper is not for the faint of heart. This formula does have hyaluronic acid, which makes it nice and comfortable, but it also uses chili pepper resin to create the reaction in order to plump your lips. So you may feel some stinging. I love this shade because it is like a cool nude. It doesn't lean too far into the mauve-y category. You're not getting a lot of purple. But yeah, I just go straight into my lips with this. I don't actually use a liner because as you see, it's decently pigmented. I feel like this is a good hybrid between liquid lipstick, gloss, with plumping action. Okay, it's getting a little more tingly, not gonna lie. But I will say that I feel like out of all the lip plumpers out there, this is the one that I can feel working and I can see working. Okay, while that's stinging, I'm gonna apply my Wet n Wild setting spray. This is the Natural Finish setting spray, my favorite. It is just over $5. It does such a good job keeping your makeup in place, but why I love this one specifically is that it does not mattify your makeup. The fanning is for the setting spray and my lips. Okay, let's reconvene once this stops stinging. Okay, it has literally been 10 minutes and I am still tingling. Do my lips look plumper to you? For me, I definitely see the difference on my top lip. I can see them getting fuller at the sides, but also I look at my face all day. So I'd probably be able to tell a little bit more than a normal person that my lips are slightly plumper than they normally are. But I gotta say, I don't wear cool toned makeup enough. Every time I do it, I'm like, oh, this looks way better than I expected. And then I go back to all of my go-to warm colors. But what this tells me is that I need to add some more cool toned go-tos to my collection. So if you have any cool toned drugstore or budget friendly makeup favorites, please leave them in the comments below, whether it's an eyeshadow palette or lip products. I feel like specifically with lip products, most of mine lean warm. Today's shout out goes to Be Kind to People. Thanks for being a member of the Slashed Squad. And join me over in this video next where I practice my bridesmaid's makeup for my best friend's wedding, except she told me I couldn't wear it. Find out why. I'll see you over there. Bye!